I keep getting asked one question. How do I get all of my ideas? And while it might be pretty hard to really take you guys inside of my head to show you what's going on in there exactly, I thought, why not just get the camera rolling for you to see how I listen through music in search for some creative DJ opportunities to play with it. So here's a deep dive into how I create a long list of ideas, because the more ideas you get, the better ideas you can extract for later use. So we're gonna assess if the music is suitable for the clubs, for battles, or is it just a good listen or not, and what we can use inside of that music to play with it. Let's go! Welcome everybody on my very first live stream. So my idea is to go through an entire brand new, just released Snoop Dogg and Dr.Dre Missionary album, track by track, along with checking the lyrics on Genius. Alright, let's go! So the first track on the album is Foreplay.
To witness the strength of street knowledge.
All right, Foreplay. That's a very good thing to open the album with. That's a pretty standard track, opening track to the album. I don't see a lot of potential to play it in clubs. Maybe like an opening track to a set, just like an opening track to an album would be a nice track to open a set. But if we like catch the phrase Snoop Dogg makes the world go round, that would be a nice phrase to catch with like cue points or a loop and mix it with some other Snoop banger or some track about the world going round. Snoop Dogg makes the world go round, to make like a loop on world go round, and I don't know, we can mix it with Florida's Round Round or whatever. But to summarize, this is a really like short opening track, so I would see it only as some opening to a set, not some like a banger to play for the dance floor in the middle of the party. Alright, let's go with Shangri-La. That's the second track on the album. Let's go.
If you're easily offended, pussy, don't worry. No one wants to fuck you. Therefore, find your exits to your left.
I see it as more of a lyrical track. If it's gonna be played in the clubs, I don't think so very much, but it's a good listen. And the ending. If you're easily offended, don't worry, no one's want to F you. I like this one. I like this one. It could be sampled for battles or some stuff like that. Like some intro to a battle set, to diss somebody, some other DJs in a battle. That would be a nice one. Outta Da Blue, third track on Snoop Dogg's new album, Outta Da Blue. Let's put the lyrics on Genius. Let's go. All right, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Outta Da Blue. This one is definitely for the clubs. I'm gonna grab it today for my night gig today. And like first thing I would do with this one, like the beat reminds me of some other track. I think from Jay-Z. It's so familiar. With all this screaming over the beat, it's very familiar to onto the next one, but it's not onto the next one. It's something different. It's some other track, like super similar to Outta Da Blue. Maybe it will come to my head later. What I want to know is Outta Da Blue, is it any kind of a sample? So we're gonna put Snoop, Outta Da Blue. and figure out if any of the beautiful nerds from Who Sampled already figured that one out. And of course, we have multiple samples. 5 songs on that sample. Paper Planes from MIA and Diplo, that's an obvious connection from the hook. So first thing you're gonna see on social media from DJs is mixing Paper Planes with Outta Da Blue. Of course, Lisa Stansfield, All Around the World, that was the first verse from the very first words by Dr. Dre. Yeah, I've been around the world, and I. So that's an obvious choice to mix it with the original sample from Lisa Stansfield. Been around the world and I. Yeah, of course. And that one, is that the official sample of, yeah, B.I.G., Been Around the World. Mixing those words, that phrase by Dr. Dre, saying, yeah, I've been around the world, either with Lisa or with Notorious B.I.G. or with Biggie. That's an obvious choice. Another obvious choice is, of course, to mix the hook with MIA. So just grab a loop over the hook on Outta Da Blue, you slow it down to the tempo of Paper Planes, and that's a perfect match to mix with. Okay, let's check another sample. This dog in a fight. That's right. Okay, so this sample is obviously used in the beat, but it's not as characteristic or clear to make any type of transition from one track from the original sample. Scratching by the Magic Disco Machine into Outta Da Blue. I don't think it's a good idea for a transition. Okay, another sample is Watermelon Fantasy. Let's check it. Okay, there it goes. There is our sampling transition. Okay, that's a nice one. Watermelon Fantasy by Daylight Studio. Let's give it a listen from the beginning. Wow, what a find, guys! If you'd never heard Watermelon Fantasy, go listen to it right now. Holy snaps! It's gonna be great. Like you can play the Watermelon Fantasy by Daylight Studio. Like it's a banger by itself, but if you grab those 2 samples, you can have a great transition into Snoop Dogg's new banger, Outta Da Blue. What are they saying in this track? I can't figure out the words. Is it just Watermelon Fantasy? Oh yeah! It's just it just screamed in a weird way. Watermelon Fantasy! That's the worst impression ever. But yeah, if you grab those samples from Watermelon Fantasy, that's a great transition into Outta Da Blue. Yeah, from original sampled track to Outta Da Blue by Snoop Dogg. Makes you want to jump on the decks and try it right now, but Watermelon Fantasy. That's a banger. I'm playing that in a club today. Definitely. Daylight Studio, Watermelon Fantasy into Outta Da Blue by Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. But there are more samples to it. Let's try. Okay, this is just the cowbells playing.
What's up? Bottles and believe we back in business.
Yeah, so that's just an instrument hidden there. Not really useful for making a full-blown transition. But yeah, the Watermelon Fantasy is the banger transition right there. So, if we go to the lyrics of Outta Da Blue again, we have transition from the original sample, Watermelon Fantasy. We have transition from the hook of Outta Da Blue Into Paper Planes by MIA, and we have Dr. Dre interpolating the words of All Around the World from Lisa Stansfield. So we can either do a transition to the original, or we can do a transition using Around the World lyrics into maybe a track from Biggie. Let's go through the lyrics once again. I saw Snoop Dogg pushing the limit. Maybe you could use the words pushing the limit to mix with something like No Limit by G-Eazy. Maybe that would make sense. I saw some other good ones. Like Snoop Dogg is saying, that's how we're rolling. You know them gold diggers. That's your wordplay into Kanye West. Gold digger. So if we grab those words, let's try to find it. Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. Like, cause there's not much percussion going under what Snoop Dogg is saying. So if we can grab the words, you know them gold diggers, that will make a pretty good wordplay into Kanye West. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. But there's some other ones I instantly thought about. I give you the green light. Okay, that's another one. On site, I give you the green light. It's pretty much the same tempo as the green light from Beyonce. And the beat is actually, if you play the original of the green light. Yeah, the cowbells in the beat. The percussion and the cowbells in Beyonce's green light is very, very, very close to what we can hear in Outta Da Blue. Yeah, that's gonna be another good one. Like, if you on site, I give you the green light, and that's a perfect phrase to catch with a loop and make a transition to Beyonce's green light. Yeah, that's another one. Let's go further. And here, there will be some mother effing problems if this dog in a fight. There's a bit more percussion under those words, so maybe the stem separation would help. But if we catch that phrase, there will be some mother effing problems if this dog in a fight. That could be a nice match to 99 Problems by Jay-Z. Let's give it a listen one more time. You gambling with your life? Well, fuck it, let's roll the dice. Be some motherfucking problems if this dog in a fight. That's right. Yeah, that's another good one. There'll be some other effing problems if this dog in a fight. Loop it and then mix with 99 Problems by Jay-Z. What other words we could use this? Hip hop took shit global. We done did it. Wanna see your mogul? We're showing you how to pivot. Got the shit from DMC. Let's run with it. Of course, took the fundamentals and have us some fun with it. So this verse is obviously a one to mix with Run DMC. Got the shit from DMC. Let's run with it. It would be also nice to use in the DMC World DJ Championships. Got the shit from DMC. Let's run with it. If you use that track on the DMC World DJ Championship, that's gonna make it a nice like Easter egg hidden message. Got this shit from DMC. Let's run with it. Took the fundamentals and have us some fun with it. That's a whole phrase nice to use for some routine for the DMC. And if you can also like put some beat from Run DMC under it and use those words along, that's gonna be some nice like hidden message Easter egg type of deep stuff, like if you know you know kind of thing for the DMC battle. These songs, King Kong, My Team Strong, Godzilla set fire to whatever I breathe on. Oh. Let's hear it. Okay, another one. But this one's gonna be deep. That is gonna be deep. If we grab the verse, the phrase by Snoop Dogg, Godzilla set fire to whatever I breathe on, we can put that over some remix, some sped up remix of Simon Says. And that one is deep. This one's deep because Simon Says samples the The original sample used in Simon Says is from Godzilla. And if you grab the words from Snoop Dogg, Godzilla set fire to whatever I breathe on, and we put it over Simon Says, and we make a transition from that to Simon Says, it's gonna be nice for people who know. But if you manage to somehow play it during a battle or on a party where there's gonna be people that can figure out the idea, you're gonna get some props for it. So Snoop Dogg's phrase, Godzilla set fire to whatever I breathe on, put it over, put a loop on it, and go to Simon Says, trust me, that's gonna be fire. All right, let's go further.
Singing my theme song.
I could never do this alone.
Motherfucker, come on.
Still Dre, still on top, still got it. The Sonic still iconic.
Another obvious one. Like this track is like a wordplay after wordplay after sample after sample. You can have so many transitions. Still Dre, still on top, still got it. Obviously, you just put a loop over it and go to Still Dre. That's a super obvious one and a cool one. And the Sonic still iconic. They still sniffing the product.
Still Dre, still on top, still got it. The Sonic still iconic, they still sniffing the product. I seen the money.
Every single phrase is a wordplay. Like still Dre, still on top, still got it. We make a transition to still got it, and then we have the Sonic, still iconic. That could be a cool one to catch with a loop and make a transition to the Silk Sonic, the duo from Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. Fly as me, that's the one. It's a similar tempo, similar vibe. The Sonic still iconic. And then the Sonic still iconic. They still sniffing the product. Genius has some annotation about it, so let's reference to Dre's iconic album, The Chronic, of course. They still sniffing the product. Listen to The Chronic. Okay, somebody on Genius made a reference to about the Chronic, but what my idea would be, like I showed you that they still sniffing the product. Like if you want to go like super deep, like super uber deep, you could mix that with Snow the Product, the rapper. But that would go like super deep. I think too deep. But that's the idea that goes through my head when I'm listening to such a track. Like the more ideas you get, the better ideas you can extract from the long list of ideas. You can extract like one or two that will be perfect. Let's go further.
And I showed you that I'm a prophet.
And I'm riding shit legendary.
Okay, so two things about the last verse from Snoop Dogg is like why you wanna press the issue, you need to stop it. I would use that maybe in a battle, in like a response to another DJ dissing me or something like that. That's good. That would be a good one to use in a battle. The end of the verse, it's like a lot of percussion under Snoop Dogg's voice. So maybe the stem separation would help. But if we can extract Snoop Dogg saying, baby, keep that so popping for me, we could make a good transition into, for example, Kia. All you ladies pop. All you ladies pop. That would make sense. That would make sense. I don't know if it would sound good, because in my head it kind of makes sense, but it's the one that needs further checking if it's fine. So yeah, as you can see, like Outta Da Blue, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, it's like a gold mine for different ideas for transitions. Like my favorite one is from the original sample, the Watermelon Fantasy. The obvious one is, of course, how do you say that? Interpolation. Interpolation of MIA's and Diplo hit single 2007 Paper Planes. So that's an obvious one. And then you can catch the lyrics to make a lot of different. Pushing the Limit into like No Limit by G-Eazy. Been around the world. A ton of different tracks about traveling, going around the world. You know them Gold Diggers into Kanye West, Gold Digger. Green Light, I gave you the Green Light into Green Light by Beyonce. There will be some mother effing problems. If this dog in a fight into 99 Problems by Jay-Z. Got this shit from DMC, let's run with it. Into some song from Run DMC, obviously. Still Dre, still on top, still got it. Into Still Dre. The Sonic, still iconic. Into Silk Sonic, any like Silk Sonic song like Fly As Me. It's a gold mine for wordplays, and it's a banger for the club. So I'm gonna listen to another track, which is Hard Knocks, fourth track on the Missionary album. Let's go.
I cut this shit off.
All right, Hard Knocks, fourth track on the Missionary album. It's a great vibe, a lot of stuff that I completely don't understand because of the language and cultural barrier, but it's a great vibe. I wouldn't play it on like a completely open format top 40 club party, but it's a definitely one to vibe in some like a purely hip hop party, maybe like a daytime barbecue kind of gig. There were some stuff I would definitely use in battles, like to open up my set in a battle. Let's get this shit in order. I am the top of the totem. Time to reload, and we blowing the smoke out of your modem. Come on, that's some cool stuff you could use, like for an opening to your battle set. And of course, in the chorus, we have an obvious connection to the Leave Them Kids Alone interpolation of Another Brick in the Wall by Pink Floyd. Y'all motherfuckers better leave them kids alone. That's an obvious transition, like wordplay, interpolation, sample-based transition into Pink Floyd. If you are like on some super open format type of gig or participating in a party-oriented battle, that's a nice one to do. And on the very end, I can recall the words, "the shit you bitches do for likes." It was very clear.
A nigga out there moving right. The shit you bitches do for likes.
Yeah, I would use that, I would catch that in some beat juggle or some loop, and like for the ending of my set, like try to mock my opponent in a battle, to like make a parody of his movements or some stuff that he constantly does. So yeah, that one, the interpolation of Pink Floyd, "Better Leave Them Kids Alone," and the beginning, "Let's get the shit in order, I'm on the top of the totem." That's a good one to open up some battle set with. Gorgeous is the fifth track on the Snoop Dogg's album. Let's listen to it. Gorgeous. I think it's a first single they released. It had some really good stuff that could be used for transitions. So once again, gorgeous. Gorgeous. Let's see if the nerds on who sampled already figure out there are no samples. Okay, so we're not gonna be digging into the samples this time. Let's go through the lyrics. And about the lyrics of Gorgeous, it would be a nice one to connect with some R&B tracks. We do the wildest things till 6 in the morning. That could be a nice one to maybe mix with Welcome to Atlanta by Ludacris. And the party don't stop till 6 in the morning. Maybe that would be a one to... it's hard to imagine for me right now in my head, but that could be a thing to try on the turntables. Yeah, bitch, that's the feeling. Of course, an obvious one to try to mix with a ton of tracks. Like, I got a feeling, I got this feeling. You have a tons of tracks with these words. I was the plug to your plug, I'm the fucking connect. Maybe That would be a phrase to catch and mix with West Side Connection. What was the most famous, most known track by West Side Connection? Gangsta Nation? Dog saying, I'm the fucking connect, and if I'm not mistaken or if I'm not wrong because of some language barrier, that might be a nice one to catch and mix with West Side Connection. Like Snoop Dogg saying, I'm the fucking connect, into some West Side Connection track like Gangsta Nation. I never lose, always winning when I shuffle a deck. That's a nice one for battles. Boardwalk Monopoly. I'm an Odyssey, honestly, that you gotta see. I had another one in my mind. Is that a second verse? Yeah, that's second verse of Snoop Dogg. Whoa.
Now that's a lot of ass in the passenger seat. Drop it low.
Yep, obviously. Whoa. Now that's a lot of ass in the passenger seat. Drop it low. An obvious one to mix with Get Low from Lil Jon. Ton of different tracks about women bottoms. Now that's a lot of ass in the passenger seat. Drop it low. You also have drop it low, drop it low. Who was the singer of that? Drop it low. Esther Dean, of course. Yes, with Chris Brown. Drop it low. Drop it low. Drop it low. So, you have to catch Snoop Dogg saying drop it low. I think it's gotta be slowed down, and it's gonna be a perfect match to Esther Dean and Chris Brown. Drop it low, drop it low. Okay, and it's just some dog food for the soulless. Criminal Psychology. This shit just a part of me. Industrial Robbery. A product of 93. A product of 93. That Genius has an annotation that it's a reference to Snoop Dogg's Doggy Style album that was released in 93. But if you catch that phrase of Snoop Dogg saying a product of 93, you can basically play it with any banger that came out in 93. A kind of a deeper level of a transition, but yeah, a product of 93, and like loop it and mix with some club banger from 93. Or was it 93 till infinity, the title? I always yes, of course, 93. Yeah, Souls of Mischief, 93 till infinity. So you gotta catch Snoop Dogg saying a product of 93 and mix it with Souls of Mischief, 93 till infinity. That's another idea. Follow me, I'm where the dollars be. My stock up, no return on this policy. Follow me, I'm where the dollars be. That's a nice one to mix with something. Some tracks about following or about the money, but I don't have anything on the top of my head. So yeah, Gorgeous by Snoop Dogg. We have some nice wordplays in here. Till 6 in the morning, I'm the fucking connect. Whoa. Lot of ass in the passenger seat. Drop it low. That's another wordplay. And the product of 93 with Souls of Mischief. Or any banger from the year 93. Woo! Alright, Gorgeous. That's only the 5th track, and we have a lot more to go. Should I stop it here? It's been like 5, I analyzed 5 tracks, and it's been like 2 or 3 hours right now. Let's do one more. Oh, 2 more. Because there's also Thank You, which was teased in Snoop Dogg's IG, I think. Let's Dance with Mary Jane. So without even playing the track, that's the 6th track on the album, Let's Dance with Mary Jane. Without even playing the track, the first one that comes in mind is, of course, Rick James, Mary Jane. So let's hear if it will be a match to play together. Last Dance with Mary Jane. Let's go. Wow, the vibe of that track is amazing. Like, it makes you feel like you would never ever expect Snoop Dogg to record a track like that. But on the other side, Snoop Dogg does everything. So he is everywhere, he does everything. He's not afraid of doing anything, so that's a great vibe. I got so much caught up into just like vibing that I didn't really pay attention to. I didn't really switch my brain into the mode of searching for ideas to mix it with. But if it as I said in the very beginning, it's a great match with Rick James, Mary Jane. If you could either like extract stems from one track or the other, you can put Rick James along with Snoop Dogg on Snoop Dogg's beat, or vice versa. It's a great match, an obvious one and a great one to mix. Last Dance with Mary Jane by Snoop Dogg with Rick James's Mary Jane. All right, I am super tired right now. Like, my brain is burning, so I'm gonna do the last one. Thank you, because I saw some funny comments about it when I saw it released, like teased on IG. So let's give it a full listen, because they didn't play it in full when I was hearing the teasers. Thank You by Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, the 7th track on the Missionary album. Let's go. Oh no, the lyrics first, the lyrics. Snoop, you ready?
Please excuse me while I kiss the sky.
All right, so I saw some comment on IG that this track is like something you would hear in a Super Bowl commercial or whatever commercial. Like, it kind of gives the vibe like that, but I like it. I like it. It's the one for the clubs. So, please excuse me while I kiss the sky. It's an obvious one already to mix with Jason Derulo's Kiss the Sky. That's idea number one. Let's go further. If we're talking about the West, thank me. That's some nice phrase to catch to mix with some other West Coast songs. Ain't nothing new, this is what I do. I just wanna say, you grab I just wanna say and mix it with T.I.'s I just wanna. Some quick ideas.
Please excuse me while I kiss the
Now you gon' fuck around and find out. I think you niggas need to take a time out.
Okay, that's I already saw it coming on the lyrics, but I wanted to hear it. Now you go fuck around and find out. This verse, this phrase is a perfect match with AC Alone, Find Out. Oh my god, I didn't play that track in ages. You got served. Did you guys watch? You got served. You don't know now, but you gon' find out. Yes, sir. So we catch Snoop Dogg rapping, now you're gonna fuck around and find out, and we put it over AC Alone, Find Out. And that's a banger transition right there. That's a banger wordplay.
Yeah, you fucking with a winner. Shit, it's been a minute since we went up. Now it's 6 billion.
This is another gold mine for wordplays. Like, you're fucking with a winner, and you can mix it, you can catch it and mix with Justin Timberlake's Winner, for example. Let's go.
Ways to get it, choose one. Snoop Dogg, look how I did it, hell of a run.
I'm gonna keep just stopping it. Now, 6 million ways to get it, choose one. That's an obvious one. 6 million ways to die, choose one. We catch the phrase with Snoop Dogg rapping it, and we mix it with... Okay, let's go further.
How I made mine, click, boom, it's showtime. Nigga, these days I'm throwing money like game time. Look, now I ain't felt this gangsta.
Okay, another stop. So we have Income, Tick Tick Bomb, Remain Calm, Dropping Napalm. I'm in here both guys. How I made mine. Click, click, boom. It's showtime. It's a great one. It's like click, click, boom. You can use it for transitions. Tick, tick, bomb. You can use it for some transitions. What would be the tracks that use this? I don't have any on the tip of my tongue right now, but that for sure could be useful. I'm sure you guys will be able to find it out. Okay, and that's the end of
In
the
a
track.
minute, all on your television.
Okay. Okay. The last thing, this is why you should always listen to the very end if you're trying to find some good ideas. The beat from Thank You, I have to check check who sampled, cause it's not on who sampled maybe yet. I have a strong feeling that this is some kind of sample, but the beat at the very end, if you go to the very end of Thank You, it could very nicely go along with Punjabi MC, with Could You Be Loved by Bob Marley, and first and foremost Kelly Rowland. Was that the Freemasons remix?
This ain't gonna be easy.
Oh yeah, the Freemasons remix, yeah.
You got it.
So if you play Kelly Rowland Work, the remix by Freemasons, it's really close to the vibe of Thank You by Snoop Dogg. Yeah. Yeah.
You got it. Put it in.
Maybe it's even the same? Kelly Rowland. Who sampled? It is a sample. Let's check it. What? Okay, no, it's not the sample I was looking for. Classic Tumby Loop, that's gonna be the one.
And 4 semitones down for every 7th bar for a change.
Is it the same? Oh yeah, it is. It is.
Ain't gonna be easy.
Okay, so Work, Freemasons remix by Kelly Rowland, samples classic Tumby Loop 03, Spices of India. But is it the same sample used in Thank You by Snoop Dogg? I wouldn't say so. No, it's a different kind of instrument. But it's very close in vibe. Very similar vibe. So Thank You by Snoop Dogg will go pretty nicely with Kelly Rowland's Work, remixed by Freemasons. And I'm gonna finish it here. It's barely 7 tracks from a 16 track album, but my brain is fried right now and I can hardly focus anymore. So hopefully you guys could somehow enjoy what I was doing here. All right, maybe I will record a part 2 for the rest of the album, but I have to finish it here because I need to take a break. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you Snoop Dogg and Dr.Dre for the amazing album and for some good tracks to play in clubs, for sure. Not only to play, but to play with in clubs and at home. Alright guys, that was your boy 69 Beats. Thank you for tuning in and let's push the DJing forward together. Let's go.